Family, in today's episode, we are talking about sex during pregnancy. Hey! Yeah, this is the time, fire. So we're going to talk about the benefits of having sex during pregnancy, the hardships that people go through, both us, the men and the ladies, during that period, the red flags to expect, just in case you have that sex and something happens. We shall be talking about that. Then finally, we shall be talking something very important, the different sex positions that you should enjoy during this time. So as you can hear it, it's very sweet. So stay tuned and enjoy.
Christ in the center. Welcome to forever. This is our perfect synchrony, like leather and feathers. No matter the weather, we can storm the umbrellas. Take a stroll in my heart. Let's take this further when I'm beside you, baby. See my stakes get better. Let me bet it all. Destiny vendettas. Rosy the emotional description of this love. I am yours, you are mine. The only thing that matters now. We are the Ekimas.
Welcome back, families, to another episode of Forever Together with the Ekimas. I am Ekima Emmanuel.
Daphne Ekima is my name, and together we are the Ekimas.
Just before we get into today's video, I want to remind you that this video is shot at Legacy Ice Apartment, located in Bugolobi, Yanga Avenue. They have spacious rooms for families that are coming in for vacation. As you enjoy the Christmas period, please, you can come with your family. There's internet, there's DSTV, and everything that you can enjoy. There's a swimming pool, spacious enough for the family, nice food for you. You can cook for yourself if you want to cook for yourself. But if you also want to order, you can still order in-house. So please, as a family, enjoy your stay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you have heard, this is quite an interesting topic, but a very sensitive one as well, because, you know, things get tough. Things get tough, and we're going to demystify all of that. So one of the things that, you know, couples always struggle with, first of all, things to do with low sex drive, things to do with the changes in the body and size. As you know, the baby is growing, the tummy is growing, a lot happens in there, and many couples struggle with that. So I'll talk about, for example, one of the things, low sex drives. Many women are reported to, you know, struggle with even the thought of being touched, like they don't even want their spouses to get close to them, especially in the first trimester. And most times that is because of the, you know, there's a lot of fatigue going on, stress, there's a lot of hormonal changes happening, and you find that you do not want anything to do with sex or even someone touching you. And that can cause a lot of stress on the other party, the husband, for example. And in this week's episode, we'll also be sharing what you can do, what can couples do if that is the case. There are people who are admitted in hospital for almost their whole pregnancy period, and that means they're off sex. As men, and maybe Emma will tell us, is it true that men cannot wait? Is it true? Yeah, and if at all a situation happens where, how are men supposed to conduct themselves in that season? So one of the things that, you know, some of the changes that women will go through is that some will actually experience an increased love for sex during pregnancy, more than normal.
Fire.
Yeah. Baby's very excited about this topic. Yes, so there are people who are actually very, very, you know, sex is not a problem during pregnancy. And for some, it's the other way around. For some people, it varies. This pregnancy, you're up there, the other pregnancy, you're not. The other issue that some couples usually have, or women, is you find that they experience painful sex. And that sometimes is because of the increased blood flow and in the veins down there. And some people end up experiencing a lot of experience painful sex. Some people have been reported that maybe in the second trimester, as you know, energy comes back. There's a way the second trimester generally, the morning sickness, yes, the morning sickness has gone away. Everything is just good. You find that sex becomes better for some women. There's more, you know, there's more, it's more lubricated, if I should call it that way, down there. And so sex is, you know, very okay. And all those variations and changes come at a cost for some couples, yeah? So maybe, baby, you can tell us. What has sex looked like in your experience? How has it been?
Well, I think that was it. It has been hot, guys. Yeah, but just to add on what you're saying, I think it's important that you communicate how you feel, the different changes to your husband, to your spouse. Because once you communicate, then the person is in position to know that, okay, this is the season we are in, and I need to step off the gas. Give it some time, and then we see how the changes go. How has it been on my side? I think, let me tell a story I've never seen. Before I got married, somebody told me that the best sex you will enjoy is when a woman is pregnant. Sounds like, are you sure? What makes it enjoyable? So, when you got pregnant, our firstborn, I was eager to see whether it's... Trust me, guys, it was enjoyable. I enjoyed more.
Yeah, there's something
Trust
about
me, there's
pregnancy.
something about that thing,
Season.
that season. So, of course, it's unique in its own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it differs. For me, on my side, it has been okay, but also that it has been through advice. We really seek the doctor's opinion. So I would advise, please, before you say, you know, people sometimes misquote us. Somebody will say, yeah, but the Ekimas enjoyed the sex. No, even you must enjoy, you know. Guys, please, you must know that people's bodies are different. What works for one may not work for another person. So that's why I started with communicate how you feel at that particular time. And if there's anything, then seek a doctor. What is your doctor telling you about that particular thing? So it's important to at least align yourself with those things.
Yeah, that's very important actually. And I wanted to also say that there's no one size fits all, and there's no correct way to be while pregnant. Yeah. So I know there are people who are just like, no, during pregnancy, the sex drive is just low, you can't have sex. That might not apply to everyone. Other people actually are having the best sex of their life during pregnancy. And for other people, like you've said, someone says, oh, but this person said A, B, C, D. Now, how come for you you're not? You know, some people actually don't want to have anything to talk about sex. And then there are things like body changes. I think for our firstborn, Amari, and then Shay, I think we never had any ups and downs along the way. But for the third baby, we reached at a point where I had, what is it called? Pelvic girdle pain. That is pain which you have in your, like the lower bones. Any adjustment, like this, even just standing up, you feel like your bones. So some of those things will happen, and you find that you cannot change to certain positions. You cannot, but it is very important that you're very understanding. Some people get more lubricated during pregnancy, others do not. Yeah, others do not. I have had, stories of people who actually become completely dry. And there's nothing wrong with that. The good thing is there are lubricants on the market. Please do not suffer or feel like maybe this person, there's a problem with them. No, there's nothing wrong. And the reason we're shooting this video is to put your fears at rest. Don't put yourself under pressure. I don't know you're using what. These days, they say, if you want to sell women anything, tell them that it works. They'll buy whatever is
I tell women alone, you're not alone, even us. If you want to tell a man that
it will help with the
bedroom affairs, they'll say,
Yeah.
please bring it.
Guys.
Bring two. If I was ordering for half, you say bring two.
So during pregnancy is not the time to start inserting funny things or doing this and the other. I don't know, to increase what. Please allow yourselves time to go through the natural process and accept the body changes that are happening. You will gain more weight. Things will become a bit more uncomfortable. The positions you used to have during sex will not be, some of them are actually not recommended. For example, in the second and third trimester, missionary style is not recommended because of, it might become hard for the blood to flow to the baby in that position, especially if you're doing it for a very long time. So accept the changes that are happening. One of the things also that affect women is being very self-conscious. At that time, let me tell you, your leg is like those ends. You are banana. But yes, so everything is changing about you. And for women, sex is really psychological.
It's psychological, yes.
So if you don't feel good about yourself, you won't even feel like someone should touch you. And so sometimes those issues come because as a woman, you're starting to feel some type of way. You don't feel like you're sexy or you're good enough, and it translates into how you show up in the bedroom. So one of the things you can do is embrace those changes. And as for husbands, try to motivate this person. Don't make comments that are, you know, sarcastic, like, Banana, you've gained a lot of weight. I mean, the person is pregnant, for crying out loud.
The pressures may come in.
Yes, the person is pregnant, for crying out loud. What do you expect? They're supposed to gain weight? Or do you want them to starve just to keep us, you know, that body that is appealing to you?
Yeah.
So be understanding, accept the changes. For the ladies, accept what is happening to your body. You're growing a human being in the stomach, in the womb. So, and then for the men also, support these women psychologically, emotionally. The other thing that can cause low sex drive and, you know, to struggle are stresses that come with pregnancy. If you've had a miscarriage before, there's that fear of, oh my God, I might get a miscarriage again. Something might happen again. If you struggle to conceive and finally now you're pregnant, there's that stress that comes with feeling like, what if something happens? What if? And so all that can affect, you know, the sex. Yeah, you know, all of that. So, baby, maybe you can tell us, what should couples do if you are in that season and things are tough? What would you recommend for couples to do?
Yeah, first and foremost, I mean, guys, please seek medical attention. In whatever we are saying, please continue consulting with your doctor, with your gynae. Make sure you visit him and say, okay, we are going through these things, and then, is it okay? Because you will find that there are those where the doctor will recommend you, please don't have sex. Then there are those where it may be minimal, and then the doctor maybe may advise that. So first thing I will say, please consult your doctor at any time. But there are certain things that you notice as a person, both the husband and the wife. If you have sex, okay, there's this, if you're having a watery discharge, there's that bit of watery discharge that comes with it. Then there you know that you're in danger. Please, you need to run and what?
You mean the amniotic fluid?
If
the water, I don't know, water breaks during the sex. There's a difference between the discharge and then the water breaking, which is the water that is covering the baby. So during sex, it can happen and the water breaks, and that is a red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag. Please make sure you go to the doctor. Please, that one, run. Don't even wait for it. But there also, if your cervix is open, I think it's not advised to have sex. That's one thing we have gotten to know. If your cervix is open, please don't have sex during that time. It's a danger. Yeah, because anything can happen. The baby is coming at any time when it comes to that.
Infections.
Yeah, infections can happen and all that. So make sure you avoid. Communicate. Both the husband, make sure that you are cognizant of the fact that these things can happen and you are aware of these signs that may come. Bleeding. Please, if you notice that during that time or before there's some bit of bleeding, please make sure you run and get the doctor's advice when it comes to that. Yeah, I think, yes, but also there's one where we were talking with the doctor because we asked a lot, and the doctor said if the placenta is low, I don't know much about I don't know what it is, but it's like, if it's short, is it low or short? I don't know, something like that.
Placenta previa, I think it's where the placenta covers the cervix or something like that. You can Google about it, but that's another condition that you should not be having sex if you have. So in other words, if you have any, what I can say is that if you have any complications in your pregnancy, before you decide to have sex, ask for the doctor's opinion, because you don't know if that condition is the kind that requires you to have sex or not. But other than that, if it's a normal pregnancy, please have as much sex as you can.
Enjoy.
To the fullest. Don't limit yourself. I remember when
I remember
when I just had gotten pregnant with Amma. One of the things we used to fear was, Banana, won't we hurt the baby? So do not worry about that.
I remember that part. You're like,
So the baby is tucked away somewhere. You cannot hurt the baby, so please enjoy sex. It's great. I also wanted to say that during that time, be careful of infections. So ladies, your immunity is very low and chances of getting a lot of infections are very high. And every time you go and test and they tell you have a UTI or you have a certain infection, sometimes you treat yourself but you don't treat the husband is not treated. Always ensure that he's also treated. otherwise you
Reinfect,
reinfect
yeah.
yourselves. And you know the dangers that can come with having infections that are untreated during pregnancy. It can even affect the baby.
Yeah.
Some people actually lose their babies because of infections. So be careful with that. Ensure that you've tested, both of you, hopefully that you trust each other. But if there's infidelity and things like that, you don't trust the person you're with, always make sure that you are protected. Either use some sort of protection or, but that is very important. Make sure that infections, STIs, etc., you are protecting yourselves against them, especially in that season. And then also, try out new things, yeah? So if someone, for example, has a medical condition that does not allow them to have sex in that season, try other things of finding pleasure. It's not just sex itself, but, you know, do foreplay, cuddling, different things really that can help you enjoy each other intimately without necessarily having the actual sex.
Yeah.
So there are so many ways you can enjoy each other's time without necessarily having the penetration, which could either be this, which the doctors might, you know, whatever against, or in that season you're just not in the mood. And this is for the ladies. I know, first trimester, sometimes you're just like, I do not want anyone to touch me. I am so touched out. I don't like, please, please, please be the other side. I need like the whole bed to myself. But try to understand also the other person, their needs. I mean, the needs do not stop because you are pregnant. No pressure, no saying that you must, you know, but at least find a way of meeting them halfway, find a way of giving them the pleasure without necessarily having sex. Or once in a while, put yourself in the mood, prepare yourself, set yourself in advance, yeah? Don't go to work and get all the stress from work and allow work to stress you that you're left with no energy by the time you come home to be able to connect with your spouse. Yeah, so maybe we can talk about the sex positions. Which sex positions should people try out?
But maybe before you go to the sex position, it's important to know the benefits of sex during
pregnancy.
During pregnancy, it's also important. Because you were there wondering, this guy is, it looks like everything is bad. But no, there are benefits of sex also during pregnancy. Number one, it can help the baby come out quickly. I remember when it induces labor, I didn't know how it works. I still don't know, but all I know is that the doctors have always said that have sex towards that time, towards the end, that it induces labor. I don't know what part induces the labor, the sperms over what, over the enjoyment. That's what I don't know. But also, it helps the lady be fit, both actually. For us, we lose, but also it makes the lady be fit, the legs, stretching them, and all that it helps. Which is important. Which is important for her as she goes into labor. Also, what is important is good orgasm. Because once she has that good orgasm.
And the orgasms actually during pregnancy are stronger, which is why some people believe that, some people fear that those orgasms can even lead to contractions because they are much stronger than usual. And
I believe, I don't know whether it's scientifically proven, but I know if if the woman comes, that means the baby is also happy. Like, yes, electrons have been released. So it's also important for that. But also it helps in building the immunity. Yes, those things we discharge, God was generous with us. So once you discharge, those sperms also help with the immunity and what. So please enjoy that. Make sure you enjoy. So the sex position. As baby rightly put. Because no, it's interesting. I mean, so the sex positions are one. Let's avoid the missionary, as baby has rightly put it. Missionaries, goes on the blood flow, but also the weight, the tummy itself. You know, if the stomach itself, you either end up affecting it. So try to avoid anything that gets you into contact with the what, with the baby, with the stomach. So enjoy doggy style. Those ones, I know we're Christians, but I know you will know them. Those styles there. Try the doggy style, but also
It is
avoid.
not a sin, guys.
Yeah. For the married, this one's for the married people.
Even for Christians, some Christian marriages
Yes.
feel like certain positions are not.
Please enjoy. You are married. God ordained it. So do the doggy style. It's a good one for you. Do the side ones, the sideways. As I told you, the sideways, so that you avoid anything. As I said, anything that.
Explain the sideways.
Oh,
Someone who
baby.
doesn't understand. Yeah, explain.
The sideways one can be if she's facing the other side and you are facing her back. Yes.
It's called, what is it called? Spoon? Is it spoon or something?
Yeah. My baby's an expert in these ones.
Yeah, but
It's even called spoon. So, okay, that way. Enjoy the side ones. And make sure you have the side sex. Also, make sure that on top, I think, is also good.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, on top
Lady
is also
on
good.
top.
Lady on top, let her be on top. It's also good. I think those are the some.
For doggy, I would say because at some point it might get very like that. Legs and
Yes,
being
yes,
on all fours. In the first trimester, it's okay. Second trimester, it might get tough. And third,
Third,
so you can also try standing and then using either the bed being the support while you're standing instead of kneeling on your fours.
Yeah,
I know, guys,
surely.
this is too much information.
I know this is too much.
We just hope that we'll put PG rated, I think, at
Yeah.
the start. Yeah, so that also reverse cowgirl where the lady is facing the other side. It's more like lady on top, but on the other end, and the man can put his legs up. I don't know if it makes sense.
We understand.
Do they? So gentleman is down, ladies on top, but facing
Facing
this
their
side,
side,
and the gentleman's legs are folded to kind of support her, so she can use the legs as support in the movements that she's having.
Also kneeling down. Man, you kneel.
Explain.
These are too many things. Guys, that's too much.
The rest will be paid for.
Surely.
But yeah, so what are we saying? Explore different things. It's an opportunity to explore. And by the way, laugh at these things sometimes. It's okay to laugh. Like when you realize.
At some time when you realize that things
are
cannot
really
enter.
perfect,
Hey,
man.
things
Yeah.
you can no longer carry, you can no longer.
Yeah.
Just enjoy, laugh about it. It's a period.
Yeah, make it as light as possible. Make fun about it. No one said it must be all serious. You are married, explore each other's bodies. Sex is beyond the actual sex. So enjoy foreplay, enjoy all these other things. One of the things I also wanted to note is that for men, the best way to support your wives in that season is be involved every step of the way. I mean, gone are the days when child raising and bearing was left to the women. So if you're not going with her for antenatals, if you're not going with her to the doctor's appointments, you won't know the different changes that are happening. So be as involved as possible and then work together as a couple. I mean, it's your thing. You got her pregnant, so I mean, she wouldn't be in that situation if it wasn't for you.
It takes two to what?
To tango.
To
So
tango.
yeah, I don't know if we've forgotten anything to do with sex during pregnancy.
Nah.
Other than that, we have come to the end of this week's episode.
Surely.
Thank you for joining us. If you have any comments, any questions, please do let us know in the comment sections. Let's have a chat there. Tell us what are the different things you experienced during pregnancy. Was sex easy for you or hard? If you have any questions, do ask them down, or you can DM us on Instagram and we will be sure to answer them. Till next time, much love from us. Bye-bye.
We are the Ekimus.